So you all about charging up the community, eh, Paul? Getting the young YNs with the blicks. That's what you want. That's what you're trying to start about here, huh? But I'm more interested on who you were.
You are as a man, who you are as an individual. So that's what the whole song is about. It's called I Am Pyru.
Tell us a little bit more about this guy. Because he tends to like a lot of media coverage. Roll the footage, Chuck.
He showed a video to the chief of an interview we did 2 weeks ago with a protester. He talked about protesters in Portland being taken in unmarked vehicles by agents. But during the interview, he talks about gangs in Lansing.
You come try to snatch one of us, the rest of us gonna blast your. You better do that while we not with each other. And then you come to in Sandhurst with the Pyrus and the gangster disciples is linked up at and try to snatch somebody over there. I dare you. Make sure you get this in Sandhurst. That's Sandhurst. Come over there and try to take somebody. I dare you. I dare you. Your mama gonna be picking out caskets and flowers.
Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Mawam coming back with another quick lesson. Before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Harakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord teaching the same and doing the same. All right. Title of this lesson will be Agents Are Everywhere. Okay, agents are everywhere. Okay, let me cut this. Bear with me. All right, agents are everywhere. Okay, had to cut the heater on. Okay, and there's agents in every religion. Okay, within the Black Panthers, there's agents everywhere. In the churches, in the Christian churches, in Islam is full of agents. Okay. And even within, the Hebrew Israelites, there's agents, and it's obvious who the agents are. Okay, as this thing get closer and closer to the end. All right, these agents are popping out like sore thumbs. Okay, so and for one. We're supposed to be waiting upon Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah for salvation, for deliverance. Okay? The Lord is going to take down our enemies. Okay? The Lord is going to take down this this current beast system, this great red dragon. All right? The second leg of the Roman Empire. All right? And which is what makes up, the NATO and the EU, all right, and Babylon, that harlot being America, all right. So when the Lord comes back, when Yahweh Shah comes back with the angels, with thousands of angels, they're going to completely take down, this kingdom, all right, under Esau, the so-called white man, all right, and all the kingdoms. All the the nations that have a little bit of power, the Lord is coming to take all of them down, all right, and implement the kingdom of heaven, all right, which is going to be on earth. Okay, so you're not going to liberate yourself, okay, you're not supposed to participate in any civil war. All right, but we know the Civil War is biblical prophecy. All right, the Civil War is biblical prophecy. Okay, so those that's not of the elect, of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, those that's not of the elect of the Most High, they're gonna be participating in these worldly acts. They're going to be participating in the revolution and all that bullshit. all of it is vain. They don't know prophecy. The Lord is going to judge Babylon the Great, America, using World War III. Okay, using those nuclear missiles. Okay, that's why everything is panning out the way it's panning out. Okay, but like the title say, there's agents everywhere. All right, and that guy in the video, he, clear as day, he's an agent. Okay, so this Luke 6:13. And when it was day, he called unto him his disciples, and of them he chose 12, whom also he named apostles: Simon, whom he also named Peter, and Andrew his brother, James and John, Philip and Bartholomew, Matthew and Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon called Zealots, okay, and Judas the brother of James, and Judas Iscariot, which also was the traitor. Okay, so another word for traitor is an agent. Okay, Judas Iscariot. And you got a lot of Judas Iscariots, amongst the Hebrew Israelites, amongst all religions. Okay, especially amongst these uprisings, like within these protests. A lot of these protests are false flags. Okay, they're staged. Now the death can be real, like the violence can be real, all right, but it's still a false flag. Whether the death is real or fake, it's still a false flag. Okay, paid actors to start a civil war, which is going to happen. It's biblical prophecy, so it's going to happen. Okay. Matter of fact, I want to get that. So this 2 Ezra 15, and I'm gonna get straight to it. Turn this heat off. All right. It says 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes in the house. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? So it's going to be, this is when society is going to collapse. All right? This is when, we're going to be fully submerged in Jacob's trouble, which Jacob's trouble has already started, but it's going to intensify. All right? So it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? Civil unrest. Okay? This is going to be complete chaos. All right? And bear with me. See if that's it. All right. Yeah, here you go. Because I was going to quote it. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right, because the famine. Okay? It's going to be a lack of resources that's going to make everybody crash out. A famine is coming. That's biblical prophecy. A blackout. The power is going to be turned off. Okay? So people are going to turn into complete animals. All right? But those of us in this truth, we're going to remain spiritual and trust in Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. All right? You know, we're going to know how to move in that day. All right? And trust in the Lord that Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah is going to navigate us through those times and also feed us. Okay? So, Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to end it and give our praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, willing to teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same teachings.